I'm Lieutenant Stephen Rogers. For the sake of our nation, it is imperative that you join the American patriots of the Trump Victory Campaign and help President Trump with his war against a monstrous evil, an evil known as socialism that's being advanced by the Democrat Party from coast to coast. If for no other reason than this epic battle for the heart, the soul, and the spirit of our nation, it is imperative that you get involved. By doing what? By making phone calls, knocking on doors, by getting people to register to vote. I cannot overemphasize the enormity of what is to come if we do not stand together as Americans with our president and fight socialism across our great and wonderful land. Socialists are on our college campuses. They're in our high schools. In some cases, folks, they're in our elementary schools. Doing what? Well, they're certainly not teaching, but they're indoctrinating young minds to the ways of Marx, Stalin, and Lenin. Socialists are in the workplace, and they're holding political offices on all levels of government, from school boards to city councils and further. And they're distributing propaganda in an attempt to convince people what? That socialism is better than capitalism, and that the government should rule over the people. Their agenda is very simple. They want to eliminate the freedoms such as the right to worship, the right to free speech. They want to eliminate the right to life and the right to bear arms, just to mention a few. They are advancing government rules and regulations that do what? That are going to cripple our economy. They want to handcuff our police forces, and they want to turn our educational institutions into indoctrination centers. You can play a critical role in putting a stop to this socialist movement. And what can you do? You can remind your fellow Americans who we are, where we came from, and what we have accomplished as Americans. Now is our time. Now is our time to remind our fellow countrymen that American patriots rebuilt our nation after a bloody civil war. Now is our time to remind our fellow countrymen that in the 1900s, American patriots brought to this entire planet advances in medicine, advances in industry, in air travel, and communications. Now is our time to remind our countrymen that the 20th century American liberated Europe, defeated communism, and yes, put a man on the moon. Now is our time in the 21st century to do our duty and ensure that the God-given light of liberty and freedom shines so brightly that this shining city on a hill called America will remain the beacon that will guide future generations of Americans to a place called peace, to a place called prosperity, to a place called home, to a place called America. Now is our time to remind our fellow countrymen that we Americans are the salt of the earth. We're a good people. We're the light of the world that shines with pride, a sacred bond between God, family, and country. Now is our time to remind our fellow countrymen, especially our young people, to take heed to President Lincoln's call. And that call was this. If you don't remember anything else, remember Lincoln's call to do our duty as we understand it. For if we do, if we stand together, rise up and move forward with courage, then history will record that we did our best in our time to fight this monstrous evil that we are facing today. And in that fight, we will find victory, a victory that will carry with us, with you and me, a victory that we will carry with us and remember for the rest of our lives. Yes, now is our time. It's your time to help save our nation. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.